Okay, so communicating what you want and what you don't want in a relationship, especially an intimate one, but this applies to any relationship, just a little bit more vulnerable in an intimate kind of relationship. Well, the first step is I got to get in touch with what I'm wanting, so I need to listen for that. How am I going to communicate it if I don't really have a good sense for what's true for me? So that's the first step. And that's actually part of Marshall Rosenberg's nonviolent communication. It's kind of the third step in that process, really valuable to practice, getting in touch with what am I wanting. So then, well, there's a few different approaches. One of them I like to call the Goldilocks approach. You know, the oatmeal, when it's too hot, too cold, just right. So, and the contact improv dance that I just love to do, and so much that comes from that applies to relationships. So when one person is giving weight to another, for example, you could ask for more. If it's too much, you can ask for less. You can also say, yeah, that's good. That's just right. That would apply in a massage, how strong that might be. But it applies in a lot of different ways, and I'm sure you can think about how that applies for you. And then there's this other practice we were doing at the Touch and Play, embodying an intimate language. And that one is green, yellow, red. So have a conversation first about, well, what are we wanting with each other? Or what's the one person wanting if one is giving to the other? And what kind of limits there might be on that, just to make that really clear, like don't go there. But then in the process, to be giving that feedback, like green, 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 yeah, I'm really liking this, green, green. But then if it's starting to get somewhere not wanting to go, yellow. So that's like, okay, let me back off here, because the idea is just wanting to give the other person what they're really wanting and never to get to a yellow, but also exploring. And sometimes, I mean, this is all about consent and about boundaries and discovering what we want. And sometimes it's like it crosses a boundary and the intention is for the well-being of the other person, but sometimes we just don't get it, and there's an instance like we're wanting to support each other. But if a boundary is crossed, sometimes that's the way to ascertain, oh, okay. I mean, even the person who's expressing what they want, sometimes they need to like see if this went too far. It's like, okay, well, hang on, that went too far. Let's go back. So it's not a matter of blaming the other person, but we're just learning. There's so much in this practice, and it's so rich and can be so much fun. And, well, that's what I'm going to share for the moment. Look forward to more expansion on this as we play together.